Doubles and coffee. Rowley say coup, attempted overthrow of the PNM government from the SSA, the secret spy agency that is controlled and takes direction from the very said government. Rowley went in parliament. He didn't go to the police. The police didn't lock up nobody. No charges for treason, sedition, no charges for conspiracy to overthrow, no charges on terrorism under the Anti-Terrorism Act, no charges for nobody. But Rowley gone in the parliament to tell you, the people, and the entire world that Trinidad and Tobago was under threat of terrorism and coup and overthrow. So much so that developed countries started to warn their population, don't go to Trinidad and Tobago, stay away from Trinidad and Tobago, terrorists, overthrow, attempted coup, anti-democracy. Trinidad and Tobago is a terrible place. If you have plans to travel, go away because the Prime Minister said so. Well, now, people who were, according to Rowley, in a conspiracy to overthrow the government are now quietly being rehired by the same government to go back in the SSA, to where the Rowley said there was a conspiracy to overthrow the PNM government and overthrow democracy in Trinidad and Tobago, when only a vote for a pathological liar, a careless miscreant who cares not about Trinidad and Tobago but cares only about himself and his ability to procure without procurement and put all his friend and family in charge of your money. That's what you get. And then them was want to talk about patriotism and who unpatriotic and the UNC unpatriotic because they find the PNM should account for 3.4 billion in revenue that the Minister of Finance trying to force the Auditor General to say she see, but she can't see because it's there. And force the Auditor General to say, yes, $1 billion that PNM spent, no paperwork, no cabinet note, no pink sheet, no authorization, no business, no documentation. Say it there. Oh, the Auditor General is unpatriotic. When the PNM have ministers procuring and breaking procurement legislation, finance rules, tender rules, competitive nature and corporate governance, and the UNC say, but that is wrong. Let people fight fairly so we could get best value for money. PNM does say UNC unpatriotic. But a disgusting Prime Minister, a lazy fool who's always on the golf course while people dying all across the globe, who simply put out a statement to embarrass Trinidad and Tobago again by saying Biden retire. Biden ain't retire. Biden is the President of the United States of America until January 2025, when the new president will be sworn in. Biden is the president, he didn't retire. Our Prime Minister put out a press release and a Facebook post, a media release to the globe, congratulating Biden on his retirement. All Biden says are not going back up for re-election. He didn't retire, but that is Rowley. So the SSA Rowley say, without an iota of evidence, without any charge, without anything whatsoever, Rowley reached the greatest conspiracy to overthrow, throwing casting aspersions on human beings, without evidence, without information, without charge, nothing of the sort, a total fabrication. But he went in the parliament again because he accustomed with that. That's why he emailed Gate. All you never ask yourself, if Rowley had these so-called emails, these fabricated things, 29 of 39, 31 of them could not even go up in the cloud because the emails require 5 or more characters to be an email. And though 29 of them had 4 or less, so it couldn't, even when you press send, it had nowhere to go. And Rowley had that for 6 months. He went to President George Maxwell Richards. He went up in Newbury Hill to have scones and drink tea with the then chairman of the Integrity Commission. Then he come in the parliament and call a motion of no confidence in a sitting prime minister and read out a set of lies for an hour and 15 minutes. And then newspaper after newspaper after newspaper, TV show, morning show, TV news, headlines for months and years after, accusing a sitting prime minister of conspiracy to murder, bug the DPP office. Up to now, some of us still believe that nasty, disgusting lie brought by Rowley. But all you never ask yourself, if Rowley had that, And he believed it to be true. One, why he hold it for 6 months when it's murder? People that's dead instantaneously. We know that now because people dying everywhere, any minute. Police officers getting shoot on duty and so on. But why Rowley didn't go to the police? Because there's something called, there's a charge, a criminal charge called wasting police time. And if Rowley knew that what he had in his hand was total fabrication, and he went and reported it to the police, and the police take 1 hour of police time to investigate that fabricated nonsense, Rowley could have been criminally charged. That's why Rowley went in the parliament. Now Rowley gone in the parliament to tell all about an attempted coup in a country that still has scars and PTSD from 1990, and to damage the reputation of Trinidad and Tobago when they say that we need foreign direct investment, but the only foreign direct investment Rowley could get is from men on criminal charges or dictators or narco-terrorists. That is who Rowley does do business with. But Rowley is the prime minister. So when Rowley does business, the way Rowley does business, it's staying in our beloved country. So all of those who are patriotic, all of you who really love the country, who really bleed red, white, and black, who support Trinidad and Tobago, you have no choice. You must get rid of Rowley. You must riot with your finger whenever election call and get rid of Rowley. It had no coup. It never had no coup. He concoct that, went there and stayed in Trinidad and Tobago. Now they hiring back all the men and them who was involved in a coup. Yeah, boy. Only a vote for that fool. And let me go and have a coffee, yes? And a little extra doubles. Bless.